Hi, welcome to the episode 3 of Sony Alpha Classroom's course on color grading. I'm Naveen Shetty, and today we're exploring the essential tools of a colorist, the software that brings our vision to life. In the world of professional color grading, two names dominate the industry: Baselight and DaVinci Resolve. We'll take a closer look at DaVinci Resolve and see what makes it so popular. Baselight, however, is built on Filmlight's proprietary color science, developed specifically for high-end film and television. Their color architecture was developed alongside leading cinematographers and color scientists with extensive film experience. To make the transition from the film to digital era seamless, Resolve uses high-quality color processing, but it switches between scene-referred and display-referred workflow depending on the operations. Baselight uses a scene-referred linear color pipeline through the entire process. DaVinci Resolve is built on a Blackmagic's adaptation of cinematic color science. It's powerful and a strong foundation, but was designed for a broader market. DaVinci Resolve has become the industry standard for many colorists because of its accessibility, power grading tools, and seamless integration with editing and VFX workflow. One of the biggest advantages is its support for the third-party plugin, allowing colorists to expand its capability with tools like Dehancer, Film Converter, and Look Designer. This makes it a versatile choice for commercial music videos and digital content where speed, flexibility, integration with some other software like Premiere Pro and After Effects are key. In addition to these full-fledged color grading tools, Sony's Catalyst suite serves a different but equally important purpose. Catalyst Browse is designed specifically for Sony camera users, offering features like browsing the file directly from the Sony cameras, deck, or card readers, viewing and editing metadatas, viewing videos in its source color space, applying basic color correction and looks, copying clips to the hard drive or a NAS, uploading to the CI, Sony Video Cloud services, transcoding to the various formats. While Catalyst isn't a full-fledged grading software like Baselight or Resolve, it plays an essential role in pre-processing, organizing footage, making initial color adjustment before bringing clips into a larger grading pipeline. This session is going to be a beauty commercial which I had done. This is a skin commercial, a Garnier commercial. As a colorist, it's really nice that you do all type of work, and advertising gives you that liberty of exposing yourself to dark, edgy stuff and beauty stuff and narrative stuff, and this is one of the beauty stuff which I had done. This commercial, which I have been given a brief by the director, was the artist needs to be looking glowy and not dark, which is very specific that this commercial can't be kept moody, and it needs to be bright, happy, seeing all the details in the blacks, in your whites, and your mids should also be in the right place. These are the feedbacks which I get from the director. The basic point is it needs to be looking soft contrast and not high contrast, and needs to look rich and glossy. Start balancing my film as I always do. So I pick up one node and and try to balance the white and the black levels, keeping in mind that nothing should crush and all needs to look in a right space. Like your mid should be good, rich, permittable limit as in the waveform you see it. This is precisely being a skin commercial, so I'll try to focus on skin, and normally every colorist has a different way to approach a skin. So Resolve has a good feature of something called a phase refinement, and it needs to be precisely used depending on the exposure and the latitude of the way the DP has shot it. I add a node and I type as phase refinement, and I get this, I drag and drop it. I get this value first. I try to do is track the phase, and once I have tracked, so it gives me 3 different phases. Now it asks me that who's your main character, probably defines like, probably the center one is a main character. So I select that center and I track her. So it gives you a shape, eyes, forehead, lips, skin, and all that stuff. And then you can start with your texture. You start texturing your image, giving a little bit of softness, glowing, and scale it up. That's my way of working. Every colorist have their own way how they approach the thing. As I said, it's a softer commercial, so I create a softer contrast. Try to give a color boost and no tint. I don't want to add tint to it. Shine, but I need the shine. It depends, you can make the highlights a little softer if you want to, but I would like to retain the softness. Midtones I feel is a little flatter, so I'm adding a bit of midtones to it. Contrast also a little bit I'll add. Now I'll start my relighting sort of a thing. Suppose I assume that the window is on the left hand side and there's a light falling on it. So just to create a differentiation, I would like to go down on the shadows on the left hand side of the character. Not too much, because ultimately, you can't keep a dark film for a skin commercial, just to create more depth. And with the same thing here, this side, as there's a window coming from here, just adding a little bit of highlights, lift the thing. And on the right hand side too, you want to not have a big difference. It needs to look seamless. Here. And once you've done this, add a bit of midtones, bit of contrast overall. And suppose you want to add a bit of sharpening to the eyes, you can add a little bit of sharpening to the eyes, a little bit of white. Your eye structure can come out a bit. Lights can bring up a little bit. Suppose she has an eye bag removal, you can remove the eye bag to a limit, reducing your online work. You can see the difference to the main character here. And suppose you want to, now this is done, and suppose you want your other characters to not stand out so much, but again they're going quite in dark. You want to work on them also, because it's a product where all the 3 are using it. That's the storyline. So I can't have them look dark and just her, then it looks a little gimmicky and little animated feel basically. So I want them also to come up same as the middle girl. So what I do is, again I take the phase refinement and I add to them. Here. This is now, this is before. So that's how you bring the skin out. A bit of refinement is needed, but this is just to show that how you can work on a skin separately and get the glamorous feel. And so I showed you the comparison between before and after, how you can use a phase refinement and add a glow to the skin and do a bit of relighting and create some sort of a shape for the character, where your center character comes out much more prominent than the other 2. And that's the whole process of adding glow to the whole film. And definitely it helps you do a less of online work and the final stages. I think so Resolve has become very powerful on those aspects. Every software has its own strength, and a skilled colorist knows how to choose the right tool for the job. Whether it's the flexibility of DaVinci Resolve or the precision of base light, each plays a role in the modern color workflow. Mastering this tool allows you to work across different projects, from the fast-paced commercial to high-end cinematic films. In the next episode, we'll take everything we have learned so far and apply in the real time, demonstrating a complete workflow, decision-making process, how color choices influence emotions and storytelling. Until then, keep sharing your work with us using the hashtag LearnWithSony. Happy grading.